The Big Grand Offering from Booker T. Washington Colored Grammar School is one of the biggest events that we have every year. Now, it's one of the very few times once a year that they let us use that old Cooper Opera House to do our plays. The play never varies. It's always Prince Charming and Sleeping Beauty, but it's nothing like what you read in those old storybooks. Miss LaPrade calls them modern morality plays. Now, these plays are always with the forces of good and evil going against each other. There's the good fairies and the evil fairies. Good fairies are always in white and the evil fairies are always in black. With those good fairies though, they're always the light skins. And the dark skins are always stuck being an evil fairy. Now every once in a while, a dark skinned girl will get lucky and she'll get to be a good fairy, but never one with a speaking part. And that's my downfall. I've always tried to go and be Prince Charming. I mean, I have the best grades in my class. I'm the lead debater, but I'm black. And a black boy can never be Prince Charming. I remember last year, I got looked over for the part by a boy named Rodney. Now, mind you, Rodney was dumb and he stuttered. But Rodney's daddy owned one of the only colored saloons in the town. And he was a pretty well-known politician. So it's understandable why he got the part. But this year, the apple of my eye, Sarah, she got the part for Sleeping Beauty. So I had to go try out for that Prince Charming part with all my heart. I practiced day and night. I surely annoyed my mama. But they looked me over. They looked me over for a boy named Lenardius Wright. Now, I never liked Lenardius. He was a goody-goody, and even mama hyped him up to me. But what angered me even more was the fact that Lenardius got to kiss little old Sarah every day at play practice. Just made me so angry, I didn't know what to do with myself. Now the teachers, those teachers, they were trying to make me feel better. It was almost in an apologetic manner. Oh, but you're so good at the lead evil fairy. No one else could do it like you do. I mean, you've done it for the past 2 seasons. No one could replace you. And what could I do but accept the part? Now, the first part of the play went smoothly. And then came the second scene. It was Prince Charming versus that lead evil fairy, me. They were going into combat and he hit me. And I tried to tell Miss LaPrade, the playwriter, she didn't believe me. She said even if he did, it was a good addition to the play. So since no one would believe me except old Rat Joyner, I tucked it in the back of my head to remember for later on. And And then came that third part of the play, that final part. Came to that last scene where Prince Charming is supposed to slay the evil fairy. He pulled out his sword, which, mind you, is mighty unsportsmanlike with the way Miss LePrard writes it. Because Prince Charming has the sword, but the lead fairy is unarmed. But I digress. He swung his sword back, and I could see that evil gleam in his eye. Or was that mine? Either way, before he could swing his sword down to hit me in the head, he got the right to his chin. He flew back, but his astonishment only lasted for a moment. Before he came running head first, fists a flailing. For the only thing yellow about Leonardius was his skin. And the crowd would have thought it was just part of the play had Miss LePrard not been screaming frantically from the sidelines, and had Rat Joyner not decided to settle old scores by hitting one of the fellow good fairies in the face. And then the curtain came down, and the forces of good and evil were locked in combat. Took 15 minutes for them to break us all up. And then the curtain rose, and we did our bows. I wasn't allowed to be in the play the next year, but what do I care? I couldn't be Prince Charming anyway.